So I'm going to start some additional information regarding the Daf Yomi. So in the Daf Yomi right now, we're in Sanhedrin. I think we're dealing with the Mishnah Parak Vav, so chapter 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start some supplementary material with the Tosefta. So the Tosefta is written like the Mishnah, and it's basically a supplement to the Mishnah. So that's what Tosefta means, is basically like an excursus or a supplement or something to augment. So it's not going to take it's not going to take more than a couple pages, but so in the future, if you wanted some additional material that kind of parallels that, and this parallels the Mishnah, like I say, and maybe some information, maybe some lines of thought that you see in the Talmud, you're probably gonna have some additional material that you see here. So this is Sanhedrin, Tosefta, Sanhedrin, Parak Vav, so chapter 6. A witness who stated, "We testify concerning Mr. So-and-so that his ox killed so-and-so, or cut down the plants of so-and-so." And the accused says, "I don't know about it." The accused is liable. "You intended to kill him." This is a quote. "You intended to kill him. You intended to cut them down. Everything is in accord with the complaint. So you killed my ox," that phrase, or "you cut down my plants." And the accused says, "No," as an expression of surprise, or "yes," as an expression of surprise. There is such a thing as no, which is like yes, and a yes, which is like no. They give judgment only standing, and they give testimony only standing, and they accept inquiry for the absolution of vows only when standing. And they raise up someone to the status of the priesthood or to the status of an Israelite only when standing. The judges may not show kindness to one party and impatience with another party, nor allow one to stand and the other to sit. As it is said, "In righteousness you shall judge your neighbor," Leviticus 19, verse 15. So said Rabbi Yehuda, "I have a tradition that if they wanted to seat both of them equally, they seat them, and there is no objection to such a procedure. What is prohibited, that one of them should sit while the other one is standing." In the name of Rabbi Yishmael, they said, "They say to one who is richly dressed, dress the way he is dressed, or dress him the way you are dressed." So how do they carry out a judgment? The judges seat themselves, and the litigants remain standing before them. Whoever brings claim against his fellow is the one who opens the proceedings. And if there are witnesses, they bring them in and they admonish them. Then they take all of them out, and they keep back the most important one of the group. And they hear his testimony and bring him out. And afterward they bring in both of them at the same time, and this one says his testimony in the presence of the other. If all the judges rule that he is innocent, he is innocent. If they rule that he is guilty, he is guilty. All the same is the rule for monetary and capital cases. Monetary cases are tried by 3 judges. If 2 declare free of liability or liable, one of them says, "I do not have an opinion," they add to the judges. More powerful is the decision of one who says he is liable than that of one who says, "I do not know." And how many do they add? Step by step, 2 at a time. When they add to the judges, if they rule he is innocent, he is innocent. If they rule he is guilty, he is guilty. So if one says he is innocent and one says, "I don't know," they add to the judges. For up to that point, the court has been evenly divided. If one says he is liable and one says he is innocent and one says, "I don't have an opinion," they add to the judges. For up to now, they have added only 1 judge at a time. Under all circumstances, they continue adding judges until the court process has been completed. So one may continue to bring witnesses and his proofs to court until the trial is complete. The witnesses may not exercise the right to retract until the trial is complete, or until they give him time. If they give him time, that is, if he brought his evidence during the time, they accept it from him. If he brought it after that time, they do not accept it from him. The words of Rabbi Meir. And the sages say, even if he brought it 3 years later, they accept it from him and contradict the testimony of this party. "Do you have other witnesses?" And he said, "I have only these." "Do you have other pieces of proof?" And he said, "I have only these." After a while, he discovered other witnesses or other proofs. They do not accept them from him until he brings proofs that he had never known about them until just now. The witnesses may continue to exercise the right to retract until their testimony will have been tested in court. Once their testimony has been tested in court, they do not have the power to retract. And this is the governing principle in this manner. A witness, so witnesses who give testimony to declare something unclean or clean, to allow someone to come near or to be put off, to prohibit or to permit, to declare exempt or to declare liable, until their testimony has been tested. If they said, "We're just joking," lo, these are believed. Once their testimony has been tested, if they said, "We're just joking," they most certainly are not believed. The witnesses are never declared to be perjurers before the trial is over. They are not flogged, nor do they pay compensation, nor are they put to death on account of their perjury until the trial is over. One witness alone is not declared a perjurer unless the other one also declared a perjurer, is declared a perjurer. And one is not flogged, put to death, or required to pay compensation unless both of them are required to undergo flogging, be put to death, or pay compensation. Said Rabbi Yehuda ben Tabai, "May I not see consolation if I did not put to death a single perjured witness. But this was in order to uproot from the heart of the Bothusians the position which they stated that a perjured witness could not be put to death until after the person whom he had accused had actually been executed. Said to him Rabbi Shimon ben Shattach, "May I not see consolation if you have not shed innocent blood? For lo, the Torah has said, on the testimony of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is to die be put to death." Deuteronomy 17, verse 6. And just as the witnesses must be 2, so the witnesses who are provided be perjured must be 2. At that moment, Yehuda ben Tabai agreed never to give a legal ruling except in accord with Rabbi Shimon ben Shattach.